Yeah, and here Jesus says, you will see the Son of Man, the Adoni of Psalm 110:1, sitting first at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven. Well, was that a mistake on the part of Jesus? Obviously not. Jesus didn't make mistakes. You're going to see that Son of Man coming. They're not. Those people are dead. This is not a problem if you think Hebraically, because earlier in Matthew 23, Jesus had said that you, the people standing in front of them, killed Abel. They didn't. How does that work? In Hebraic thinking, you grasp a totality. You don't think in this atomistic, hair-splitting way that we do in the West often. So he could say to those people, you and your brood, all the people like you as a corporate group, you killed Abel. Nor did those people standing in front of him at this point see the Son of Man coming. Now their descendants will. The Sanhedrins of the day, the future when Christ comes back, will see not only the Son of Man at the right hand, and then visibly they will see him coming. Isn't that marvelous? So what do people do? They've got one verse about the second coming, which they misquote from Luke 17, where it says the kingdom of God is within you, in the King James. It's a false translation. The kingdom of God is not interior, other than in the sense that you have it in spirit now. It's not interior. It's a world empire. It's like saying that the British Empire was really just a thought in Victoria's mind. That's nonsense. It's a world empire, and it's going to be worldwide, as Daniel constantly says, as all Jews. They were excited about a world government that was going to work. If you thought that the kingdom of God was established in 70 AD, you haven't understood the gospel at all well. You need help. Acts 1:6 particularly, which is the most hated verse by Calvinists, in response to 6 weeks lecturing on the kingdom, they then said, all right, is it now finally? We're breathless to know whether the kingdom of God is going to be restored to Israel right now. And Calvin says there are more errors than there are words in that question. And Augustine and Luther even did not understand the kingdom of God. Well, that's only the gospel. Corporate thinking for the pronouns, exactly right. You killed Abel. No, they didn't. We know Jesus cannot be wrong. The whole faith fails if Jesus is wrong. That's not going to work. He did no violence, any twisting in his lips. Well, Isaiah 53, of course, all of that, the suffering servant passage, exactly right. And of course, they were right in one sense that he is going to be a violent Messiah in the future. But the first time round, he comes as a non-violent. So you tie that in with this passage. And in his name, in his authority, in his rulership, the Gentiles will hope. That's a marvelous balance. So we don't read, as we should, the violent text of Jesus. At his second coming, he's going to bring his enemies in front of him and slaughter them all, which is vengeance is mine. I, God, will repay, and he'll do it at the second coming, but not now. Vengeance is God's, to be done when God decides to do it. They spat in his face and beat him with their fists, and others slapped him or beat him with rods. Either one slapped him and said mockingly, prophesy to us, you Messiah. Who is the one who hit you? This is the human race at its low point, isn't it? Even the Christians, even the one who was the one on whose rock confession church would be founded, is not doing very well here. This is comforting for us when we don't do well, isn't it? He was an absolute abject failure here.